What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be discussing the box office for this weekend. And this weekend saw Beetlejuice enter its second weekend. Speak No Evil and Killer's Game both started as their first opening weekend. So let's talk about it. Beetlejuice is still the ghost with the most. Second weekend at $51 million plus. The Killer's Game gets whacked. The Killer's Game flopped really hard. We'll talk about that. But Beetlejuice, $51 million. Had an incredible second weekend. It's phenomenal. For a film that opens to about $110 million, what you often see is a drop between like 55% and 65% from weekend 1 to weekend 2. Beetlejuice saw, I believe, a 53% drop, from weekend 1 to weekend 2. So it is just on fire. It's doing incredible. We saw it a second time with my sister and my mom. They both liked it. They both loved it. So yeah, I mean, it's a great film. Go see it. It's amazing. We have a review up for it. So yeah, let's head over to the top 10 now. Beetlejuice, obviously 51.6, down 54%, sorry. On its second weekend. Speak No Evil, which debuted to 11.5 million. I definitely thought it could get higher. Earlier projections for the film had it around like 20 million. Like it might have been able to get to 20 million. As the weekend got closer, though, it was pretty obvious it definitely wasn't going to get to 20 million. Then it was like 15 million. Didn't get that. They thought it was going to open under 10 million, though, on like the Thursday before the film came out. They thought it was going to open to 10 million. So the fact that it got to 11 million is fine. Not as good as I thought it could be, but still all right. Deadpool and Wolverine continues its dominant run, only dropping 26%. It's still in over 3,000 theaters. On its, what is it now? Its 8th weekend of release. It's still number 3 on the top 10. That's incredible. So yeah, down 26%, 5.2 million. That film's up to $621 million domestically. It's gunning for Inside Out 2. I don't know if it's gonna be able to get there. At number 4, we have Am I Racist, which is a Daily Wire documentary, which ended up making over $4.7 million. So it actually did a lot better than people thought it was going to do. So, The Killer's Game. Lionsgate has another flop. They had Borderlands, which was like one of the biggest flops in Hollywood history. And then they had The Crow, which was almost equally as bad as Borderlands at the box office. So The Killer's Game, Lionsgate is not on that. Is just not on a roll right now. They just want to forget 2024 ever existed because every film they put out just flops. It only made 2.6 million. There were talks it could get to up to 7 million. I said 5.6 million, and it fell even below those low expectations. So this thing bombed really hard. Coming in at number 6 is Alien Romulus with 2.4 million, down 39%. That film is officially over $100 million. And fun fact, this is the very first or second time in box office history that 2 films that both came out in August made over $100 million domestically. It's only the second time that's ever happened. The only other year that happened was 2018. But like 2019, 2017, even 2023, all just had one film that came out in August that made over $100 million domestically. This year had 2. So that was the second time that's ever happened. So that's cool. So coming in at number 7 is It Ends With Us with $2 million, down to 45%. That film's up to $144 million domestically. So it continues to make a lot of money. It's just, it makes, I don't know, man, this movie makes so much money. It just overperformed like by a lot. Coming in at number 8 is The Forge with $2 million also, down 33%. This thing's having some really great holds. And I know it's not making a ton of money or putting that much of a dent in the box office in terms of like overall box office, but it is having some really nice holds. So it's great for it. Coming in at number 9, God's Not Dead and God We Trust from Fathom Events. Made $1.46 million, so good on it. And coming in at number 9, where's that number? Number 9 is Twisters at $1.2 million, down 44%. So, I mean, you know, Twisters Twister just keeps making money. I mean, it just keeps making millions and millions of dollars. That film's up to $266 million domestically for the year. Despicable Me 4 coming in at number 10, $1.1 million, down 40%. That film's up to $359 million domestically. So again, it continues to do very well at the box office. So there's your top 10. If we go over and we check the worldwide numbers, not much has changed. The numbers haven't really updated in yet. Inside Out 2 is over 1.76, I believe now, worldwide. It will not get to $1.7 billion, unfortunately, but it will get close. It might get to like 1.69. It may. It's going to be really close. It's making pennies now, though. It's low. It's making pennies. Deadpool and Wolverine is up now over $1.3 billion. It doesn't say it here, but the numbers haven't updated. It is actually over 1.3 billion. Despicable Me 4 is up over $945 million now. But again, the numbers haven't updated yet. So yeah, I mean, it's a slow weekend. September always slow because football's back and just not as many people are going to the movies right now. But I mean, just slow as always, but doing better than years in past, like post-COVID years. It's doing a lot better than those years. Last year, this weekend last year, only made $52 million total on the weekend. And then you have this year, which this weekend ended up making almost $90 million. And probably when all this, the actual numbers come in and some more movies, start to come in over the next few hours, it will probably be over 90 million, maybe even up to 95. So I don't know if it get to 100 million this weekend, but that would be crazy if it did, because last year, this same weekend, box office made like nothing. So let's talk about this coming weekend. We have Transformers 1, which me and my dad got to see early at an early access screening, and we have a review for that. So if you want to check that out, you can. And I don't know. I'm thinking Transformers 1 probably opens between like 45 and 50 million. I'm going to take 47.7. That's what I'm going to say. $47.7 million opening weekend, which would be great for it. If it can get there, if it can open to 50 million, that would be excellent. And just a huge boost for the box office in general. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and comment down below how big you think Transformers 1 is going to open. And I'll see you guys next time.